Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a Dunkin Donuts. By the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, feel free to not only check out the description below, in which I'll be leaving links to all of my tutorial playlists, but I highly recommend skipping that and going straight to the card system, where I will be leaving much more interesting things that you guys will probably want to check out. If you like this building, check out the card system. There'll be loads of playlists, loads of videos that you guys will really want to see. But moving on, if you want to make Dunkin Donuts, here's what you're going to need. Grab yourself some block of quartz. Then grab some birchwood planks and some dark oak planks. Grab yourself some quartz stairs and some dark oak stairs. Then grab yourself some orange wool, some magenta wool, grab black wool, and finally guys, grab yourself some black stained glass pane. Now, we will need quite a few more materials a little bit later on, but we'll just have to grab them as we need them, because we just don't have enough space, which is unfortunate. We should really get an inventory increase. But once you have each one of those materials right there, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, I'll be making it right here. You're going to want to kick off Dunkin Donuts with this sequence of blocks in a row on the floor. So do 4 birchwood planks, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Then continuing to go right, but 1 block in front of the row of birchwood planks, you want to do a row of 3 orange wool. That's 1, 2, 3. So in front of, but still going right, 3 orange wool. Then going 1 block backwards, but still going right, you want to place a black wool on the floor. Then go up on top of that black wool by 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then go right by 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then connect that 6th block all the way down to the ground with your black wool to give you this shape. What you then want to do, continuing from the black wool that you placed on the floor, except going right, 1 block in front of you, you want to do a black wool on the ground and go up on top of it by 8, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You then want to go right of that block by 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then connect that 8th block all the way down to the ground, like so. What you then want to do is, from that block that touches the ground, still going right but 1 block backwards, you want to do another row of 9 coming up from the ground. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then go right of that 9th block by 6, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then connect that 6th block all the way down to the ground. You then want to take that orange wool out again, and still going right, but 1 block in front of the black wool that touches the ground, do a row of 3 orange wool going right, that's 1, 2, 3. Then take out your birchwood planks again, and to finish this off, you want to 1 row behind, still going right, a row of 4 birchwood planks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. So what you want to end up with in total, guys, should look a little bit like this. And I know this looks a little bit complicated, but trust me, this is going to be just fine a little later on. It's going to be nice and easy. So once you've got that taken care of, this is what we're going to do next. We should probably add the necessary details to this thing, and we're going to start with the very entrance of Dunkin Donuts. So the entrance is right slap bang in the middle of this very center portion of the building, and what we want to do first of all is this. So right underneath the top row of the entrance, do a row of black stained glass pane. That's what I was going to say, black stained clay, I'm not entirely sure why, but do a row of glass underneath the middle row at the top of the entrance. What you then want to do, take the very center block right at the bottom of the entrance and connect that all the way up to the bottom of the row of glass. You then want to take the block that sits underneath the glass and extend it going left and right until it is left and right of the entrance like this. So you want to form a T shape, like so. What you then want to do is, underneath the 2 parts of the T, the left and right, you want to do 2 rows of glass. So that'll be 1, and the second one is ever so slightly more difficult to place, but 2 rows of glass, like so. You then want to do a row of black wool underneath the glass, so just do a row of black wool directly underneath the glass, like that, and you'll end up with something that should look exactly like this. You then want to take out your black stained glass pane, and you kind of just want to go all the way around the inside of each one of those bottom 2 portions of the entrance, and that will leave just enough room for you to be able to walk in and out of your Dunkin' Donuts. And that is pretty much the entire bottom part of the entrance complete. That's the bit that you actually walk in. Now, once you've got that taken care of, you want to take out your dark oak wood planks, and on top of the entrance, right at the top, you want to stack 3 rows of dark oak wood planks. That's 1, 2, 3 coming up, and then that would just be like 1, 2, and 3 on top. So you just want to have something which should look like this. Now, once you've done that, you then, on top of the left-hand side, so on top of the left-hand side of this 3rd row of dark oak wood planks, you want to go up by 9. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then what you then want to do is go right by... Don't go right at all, actually. That's a bad idea. Come all the way down to the bottom of your row of 9, and going right of the bottom block of your row of 9, go right by 2. Then take out your magenta wool and go right 2. With your orange, go right 1. Then do 2 up right diagonals, that's 1 and 2. You then want to go up by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do 2 up left diagonals, so that'll be 1 and 2. Then go left by 2. Take out your magenta again and do 2 bottom left diagonals, that's 1 and 2 will be right there. Then go down by 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then do a bottom right diagonal to connect all the way down to where you first started. And how do you want to fill that in, you might be wondering to yourselves. Well, take this very bottom center block where we have this magenta here, connect it all the way to the top. Fill in the left-hand side of the circular-ish shape that you've just made. Fill the left-hand side in with magenta. Fill the right-hand side in with orange. So you just want to have something which should look like this. What you can then do, take out your birchwood planks again, and this time starting from on top of the right-hand side of your 3 rows of dark oak wood planks, go up by 9 with birchwood planks. You don't have to count it out, you've already done it on the left, it will come even to the top of the shape that we've just made. Then connect everything together, so just form a nice big giant square shape, and then fill that square shape in with birchwood planks, and you'll just end up with something that should look a little bit like this. So once you've reached this point right here, this is what you want to do next. And unfortunately, guys, I did make a slight error here. I shouldn't have built it like this, but I did. So what we now want to do, you know that entire entrance part that we've just made? We now want to bring it forward by 1 row. So we want to literally take every single block of the entrance and we just want to bring it towards us by 1 row. I knew that we had to do this, but I kind of got caught up in it and I placed the glass anyway. I meant to do everything else other than place the glass because the glass really wasn't necessary to be placed there. It actually wants to be like 1 row forward, and there's no real reason in having like glass behind in that original row, but everything else, it's actually fine that we did it that way. It's just going to make it even easier to copy. So we're going to have to knock out that glass, unfortunately. It's not going to be too painful to do. You guys now know where it belongs. It's just in the exact same position except 1 row forward, and so should every single other block. We're just doing the actual like the black wall entrance at the moment. We're adding all of the glass in. Once that's done, we're also going to have to extend the top part. So you don't want glass behind your glass, you just want the glass like 1 row outwards like this. My bad. I know that's taken a little bit of extra work. Now we're just going to do the same thing with everything else. So we're now just going to extend each one of the other blocks, and it'll take a little while, but it's not going to be too painful. I mean, there would have been a more economical way to do this, but this is the easiest way tutorial-wise that I could figure out how to explain it. So just copy every single block that you've placed, drag it 1 row forward. It won't take too long. What's this taken us? It's probably taken us about 2 minutes or so. We've just got to do the birchwood planks, and this will make the entrance nice and 3D. What we're also going to be doing, which will be a little later on, we're going to be doing the actual logo that sits in front of that like magenta orange fusion blend that we have right there. And you know what, whilst we are here, once you have dragged everything forward by 1 row, guys, once you've dragged everything forward by 1 row, you know this very first row of dark oak wood planks that we placed? Well, do a row of upside down dark oak stairs in front of that first row, and that'll pretty much That'll just save us doing that later. Once you've reached this point right here, guys, this is what you want to do next. So we're now going to mess about with the other windows, which do not really have to be tampered with. So underneath each one of the windows, we want to do 2 rows of black stained glass pane, and this is so irritating to place. Some would say it's a pain. I've used that joke about 50,000 times, but as you can see, I really don't like it. So you want to, underneath each one of the windows, do 2 rows of glass pane, then do black wool underneath the pane, split the lower half of the window in 2, and then completely fill the window in with black stained glass pane. So it will look a little something like this. You guys have already done something extremely similar to the entrance, so you want to have something which should look like that, and that's on the left hand side. Let's do the same on the right. Just to remind you, 2 rows of black stained glass pane underneath the top middle part of the window. We then do a row of horizontal black wool, split it all the way up the middle with the black wool, glass everywhere else, and those will be the windows. Almost done. We do have a little bit more to do as well, so we want to have something which should look a little bit like this. So what we now want to do is take out our orange wool and do this. So on top of each one of these rows of 3 orange wool, we want to stack rows of 11 orange. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And we just want to do the very same with all of the other rows. So we just placed an extra block there. Boom. Knock that out. So we want to have 3 rows of 11 on top of those 2 base rows of 3. We then want to take the top 3 blocks, the top 3 rows, and extend them, coming towards the entrance until they actually physically touch the entrance. It will make a nice 90-degree angle, sideways L, letter R, whatever you want to look at it as, that is what you want to do. Do that on the left, do that on the right. So we're now on the right, and that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the exact same with the others. So this will be second row of 11, and we have just messed up with the third, but you guys can see. There we go. So we then want to take the top 3 rows, connect them to the entrance, and that will be absolutely fantastic. So we're just connecting everything back to the entrance like this. So we just want to have something which should, so far, end up looking exactly like that. Now, once you've got that taken care of, we're going to mess with the windows a little bit more. I wanted to wait until we got to this point right here. So what we now want to do, take out your dark oak wood planks, and we want to do this to the left window and the right window. Right at the top of the window, we want to do a horizontal row of dark oak wood planks. Then we want to do, in front of the dark oak wood planks, do a row of dark oak wood stairs coming out in front. Then we want to do an additional row of dark oak wood stairs, except the row of dark oak wood stairs wants to be, oh my god, wants to be 1 block in front of and 1 block down in relation to the previous set of stairs. So it wants to look like this. And what I also did on the original version of this, I did a row of upside down dark oak wood stairs just underneath, like that outer row, like that, or underneath the first row if you like that. Do that to the left, do that to the right. So we're on the right, a row of horizontal dark oak wood planks right at the top, dark oak wood stairs in front of, then we want to do another row of dark oak wood stairs 1 block lower and 1 block in front of the first row of stairs. Then we're just going to do upside down dark oak wood stairs. There's a nice little finishing touch to the actual parts that overhang the window. So we want to have something which should look a little bit like that. That's not too bad, is it? Perfect. Once you've got that taken care of, we can now move on to the rest of the entrance. So what we now want to do, on top of our 2 rows of 4 birchwood planks, we want to go up by 15 with the birchwood plank. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And of course we want to do that to all of the other rows. There's 3 of them, well 3 more of them, there's 4 in total, but once you've done the first one, obviously there's only 3 left to do. Raise them up each by 15, connect each one of those top 4 rows to the center of your Dunkin' Donuts. So you can't connect them exactly, but you guys can see what I'm talking about. You can bring them as far over as the actual entrances. So it's easy to see this from the back, and from the front it'll just give you an effect which should look a little bit like that, and that's quite nice, isn't it? So once you've done the left, do the right. So on the right, rows of 15, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And then we've just got to do the same to the other rows. then drag them over, and we just made a little bit of a mistake. For whatever reason, we cannot get our block placing on point today. I don't know exactly what is wrong with us. Maybe we've had too much coffee, maybe we're a little bit too hopped up, but there we go. There's the 4 rows of 15. That is 4, yep. I thought by accident I may have only placed 3 rows of virtual planks, but I've definitely done 4. So this will be the 4th row, and in doing this, we've done most of the entrance. We do have a little bit more to do later on, but we don't have the necessary materials, so unfortunately that'll just have to wait, won't it? So once you've got that taken care of, guys, this is what you want to do next. So I should actually point out before I say this, that is the entrance done for now. We are going to be doing more later on, but we do have to move on for now. So once you've got that taken care of, pause this if necessary. Of course, if you're still working on any of that, you then want to move all the way over to the left-hand side of your Dunkin' Donuts. You want to come all the way down to the very first virtual plank block that we placed from a sideways view going left, so towards the back. You want to start off by doing a row of 3 virtual planks. That's 1, 2, 3. You then want to take out your orange wall and still going left, but 1 row in front, do a row of 3 orange wall. That's 1, 2, 3. Then take out your black wall, still going left, but 1 row behind. You want to do a row of 9 black wool coming up from the ground. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we want to go left of that 9th block by 15. That's 1, 5, 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Connect that 15th block all the way down to the ground like that. Then, take out your orange wall, starting from the block that touches the ground, 1 row in front, still going left towards the back, do a row of 3 orange wall. That's 1, 2, 3. Then, take out your virtual planks and 1 row back, still going left, do a row of 4 virtual planks going left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will be the base of the left-hand side of your Dunkin' Donuts. So, I'll tell you what, guys. Now that we've got that taken care of on this side, why don't we go ahead and do the exact same thing on the opposite side whilst it's still fresh on our minds. So once you've done that on that side, come all the way over to this side, and starting from this time the right hand side, the very bottom corner block on the right hand side of your Dunkin' Donuts, go right to this corner block by 3, that's 1, 2, 3 with your virtual planks. Take out your orange, 1 row in front of but still going towards the back, a row of 3 orange. Then take out your black wall, 1 row behind, still going right, come up from the ground by 9 with the black wall. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then go right of that 9th block by 15. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Connect that 15th block all the way down to the ground, like so. Take out your orange wall from that block that touches the ground, 1 row in front of but still going back, a row of 3 orange wall. Then take out your virtual planks, 1 row behind, still going right, do a row of 4 virtual planks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you will have the exact same thing on both sides. Both sides are very, very similar, but ever so slightly, and I mean ever so slightly different. Once you've got that taken care of, why don't we do the actual, like, back part, and then we can do the side, since the back part is actually quite easy as well. So once you've got that taken care of, you want to come to the very back right hand corner of the building, so it's just like where we finished off. And you want to take this virtual plank, this last one that you placed, and going right, coming across the back of the building, do a row of 3 virtual planks. That's 1, 2, 3. Then do your orange wall, 1 row in front of, like coming back, do a row of 3 orange wall going back. You then want to do something tricky. Actually, you know what? The best way to do this is this. So, on top of each one of those orange walls, go up by 11. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And do the same for each one. Whoops. Do the same for each other one orange wall. So on top of each one of those 3 orange walls, go up by 11. Once you've done this on the left hand side, do the same on the right hand side. So you now want to flip over to the right hand side. You want to take this very back end virtual plank block and you want to go left of it by 3 with your birch wood. That's 1, 2, 3. Take out your orange wool. 1 block behind, do a row of 3 orange wool. So still going left, 1 block behind, row of 3 orange wool. Go on top of each one of those orange wools by 11. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you just want to do the very same for the other ones. So that, and that. What we can now do is this. So we want to take each one of those top 3 orange walls on both sides, and we want to bridge the gap between them. So take the top 3 orange walls, go from left to right, and connect them together. So you just want to connect the left-hand side and the right-hand side together. You guys can see exactly how you have to do this. Very, very simple. So we want to make a nice big giant end shape, a nice big giant archway shape like this. Then take out your black wall, and you want to essentially fill in the very center of the shape that you've made, except you want to fill the center of it in 1 row behind what you've actually made. So just to show you, you kind of want to form a big giant, like, I don't know, like rectangular shape like this, and we're just doing this 1 row behind, and then we can just completely fill this in with black walls. So just so that it's a little easier to see what I'm talking about, we just want to fill in this area that I've kind of just highlighted with the black. So why don't we do that now? It'll take a little while since these rows are quite long, and there are a few of them. How many are there? Can we do some quick math to figure this out? 3 minus 11, carry the 4, plus 12. Oh god, how did the decimal point get in there? That's 3 points. I believe that it's about 9 rows, if I had to get... Nah, maybe 8. Or is it 7? You know what, I'm not entirely sure. I never passed math. I actually did. I got a B in math. That wasn't too bad. I still can't figure out what 3 minus 11 is. Or 11 minus 3. I always get confused which way you should do it. Oh, look at that. We've completed it. So, once you've completely filled in that black rectangular shape, what you then want to do is take out your virtual planks, take each one of the back 2 corners of your Dunkin' Donuts, so where we have this virtual plank here and the equivalent one on the opposite side, and we want to go on top of each one of these virtual planks by, can you guys remember the number? It's by 15, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And what I'm now going to do is, instead of, is that correct? Hang on. Is it 15 or 16, guys? No, it's 15. I'm not sure. I'm going to go and count out that row on the opposite side because I'm not sure if I place that correctly. It's 15, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that... It doesn't look right. You know what? This is definitely 15. I know it is. So we're going to connect this to the opposite side. It just doesn't look as high as the front of the Dunkin' Donuts, but we can definitely check it, make sure it's right. Oh, so this first row is 15 as well. We're now going to connect it to the front of the shop, and we should see if it connects. I think it will. I think it's just kind of I think it's my eyes playing tricks on me. Yeah. Okay, everything connects together. So I'm just connecting everything together now. We're forming each one of the 4 walls of your Dunkin' Donuts, of our Dunkin' Donuts. I'm building this as well. It's ours. So we want to have something which should look a little bit like this. You guys can see how this is piecing together. So what we now have to do is add in the details that we have on the left and right hand side of our Dunkin' Donuts. So why don't we start on the left hand side first of all? We can get this taken care of, and then we can do the same on the right hand side. So what we now want to do, we're on the left hand side of our Dunkin' Donuts. First of all, we're going to do the orange archway. It's quite easy. On top of each one of your 6 orange walls, since we have 2 lots of 3, on top of each one of the 6 orange walls, go up by 11. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I don't have to count that out anymore. So that's the right hand side done. We're going to do the left hand side. As a matter of fact, I'm not even going to count it out on this side. I'm just going to make sure that it's 3 higher than the actual black archway that we have there. What we then want to do, once we have all of our rows of 11, we then want to connect the top 3 rows together, and we want to go all the way from the left and all the way to the right and just, like I said, connect them together. So we're just going to end up with a nice big giant archway sat on top of the black wall. And it's just going to look a little bit like that. Perfect. Now, once you've got that taken care of, take out your black stained... No, that's not the best way to do this. This is the best way to do it. So you want to come all the way down to the bottom left-hand corner of your black wall archway. Starting from this left-hand bottom black wall block, going right, do this sequence of blocks on the ground. So do 2 block of quartz, 1 black wall, 2 pane, 1 black, 2 pane, 1 black, 2 pane, 1 black, 2 pane. Then, take out your black wall, extend each one of those black walls all the way up to the top of your black wall archway. So you want to have something which should look a little bit like this. What you can then do, guys, is, you see this left-hand section here? Completely fill this in with quartz. So where you have quartz on the ground, extend that, connect it all the way up to the top. Where you have each one of these other 4 sections, you want to do 2 rows of black stained glass pane underneath each one of these little 2 sections. Do 2 rows of glass pane, so that'll be 1, and then, no, placed properly, damn you. Hang on. Perfect, here. So do 2 rows of glass pane, then underneath the 2 rows of glass pane you want to do a row of black wool coming underneath, like that, and then you can proceed to fill the rest of the area in with black stained glass pane. So we're just going to fill each one of these little window spaces here in with black stained glass pane. So we're just getting that done, and we just want to end up with something that should look a little bit like this. Now, we do have one last thing to do other than obviously fill in the wall. If you guys haven't noticed, the wall needs to be filled in. Once you've reached this point right here, this is what we're going to do next. Take out your dark oak wood planks. Right at the top of the windows, place a horizontal row of dark oak wood planks right at the top of the windows, going from left to right, filling in that gap. Take out your dark oak wood stairs. Do a row of dark oak wood stairs in front of the dark oak wood planks. Then, 1 row outwards, 1 row down, do another row of dark oak wood stairs. You guys have already done this one time already, a couple of times already actually, on the front of the building. Then underneath that bottom row, or underneath the first row, technically behind the bottom row, you want to do a row of upside down dark oak wood stairs. So you want to have something which should look a little bit like this, and I guess from the side is where you actually get the benefit. You can see it looks a little bit nicer than leaving nothing behind / underneath the blocks. That is the left hand side of your Dunkin' Donuts pretty much complete. Once you've got that taken care of, we now want to head all the way over to the opposite side here. So we're heading all the way over to the opposite side, and this side is very, very similar to that side in many, many ways, except on this side, the only difference being we have ourselves a drive-thru. So first of all, take out the orange wool. On top of each one of the orange walls, you want to go up by 11. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we're just going to do the rest to the other 2 rows that we have on the left hand side. We're going to do the same to this opposite side, except I'm not going to count it out. I'm just going to make sure that it's 1, 2, 3 higher than the actual black wall, because that's how it works out. We're then going to connect the top 3 rows together. We're just going to do that by going left to right. So we're just going to connect the top 3 rows together like this. Really need some game show music for dun 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 dun. Perfect. So we now have our orange archway looking thing. What we can now do is this. So starting from the bottom left hand corner of the black archway that we have, from this bottom left hand corner block, going right on the ground, do the sequence of blocks. You want to do 2 pane, 1 black, 2 pane, 1 black, 2 pane, 1 black, 2 pane, 1 black, then 2 block of quartz. So on top of that row of 2 block of quartz, we may as well do this now. Do a row of 2 upside down quartz stairs just on top of it like that. It's quite easy to do. Once you've done that, you then want to take out your black wool, and you want to connect each one of those black walls that you placed on the ground, connect them all the way from the ground all the way up to the top of the archway. So you want to have something which should look a little bit like this. Perfect. Once you've got that taken care of, you now want to take out your black stained glass pane and do 2 rows of black stained glass pane starting from the top, coming down. Do 2 rows of black stained glass pane starting from the top, coming down, and well, stop at 2 rows. I guess there's nothing else to say there, like so. What you can then do is a row of black wool underneath that second row of black stained glass pane, like this, and then you can just fill in. Don't fill in the drive-thru with black stained glass pane, leave that alone, but then you can fill in all of the windows with black stained glass pane, as I'm doing now. So we're just going to fill in all of these little windows here with black stained glass pane. So we're just going to do that, and that will be the windows complete. Perfect. Once you've got that taken care of, now we have to add those things that are just above the window. So to do that, we want to do a horizontal row of dark oak wood planks just right at the top, just filling that little area. Then a row of dark oak wood stairs in front of that row of dark oak wood planks. So the row of dark oak wood stairs in front of the row of dark oak wood planks. Then you want to 1 block lower, 1 block in front, do another row of dark oak wood stairs in front of that first row. So just like this, and then we're just going to do an upside down row of dark oak wood stairs to give us something which should look a little bit like this. And this is the part where I realized that I've made a teensy mistake. So you can see where we have all of the dark oak wood stairs. Well, we actually don't want to have that for just above the drive-thru window. So just above the drive-thru window, we want to knock out these last 4 rows, so those last 4 rows, and we want to replace it with quartz stairs. I'm sorry about that small error, guys, but it's so small that it's not really even worth like reversing the video and editing it. So underneath those, or not underneath, instead of the dark oak wood stairs for the last 4 rows on the right, just above the drive-thru, knock those out, replace them with quartz. That's the way it's supposed to be. Now, once you've reached this point right here, this is what's going to happen next. So what we now have to do is we just have to fill in each one of the remaining 3 walls of our Dunkin' Donuts in with, what's the name? Birchwood planks. So we have to fill the last 3 remaining walls of Dunkin' Donuts in with a birchwood planks. Usually, I would hang in there with you guys, and I'd do it with you. But on this occasion, I'm going to go away, and I'm going to do it myself and give my voice a bit of a rest. So, what you have to do, completely fill in the last remaining parts of the walls in with birchwood planks. Once you've done that, guys, you then want to kind of hang in there and wait for further instruction, I guess. So I'm going to completely fill in each one of these walls with birchwood planks. I'll be back once that's done. Do that for yourselves, and then we can continue on, can't we? So back in a moment. Alright guys, well that didn't take too long whatsoever. So once you, like me, have completely filled in the 3 remaining walls of your Dunkin' Donuts with birchwood planks, and if you haven't, pause this if necessary. If you do have to do that, it's important to progress. Once you have done that, this is what we're going to do next. So you can see the back of the sign that we have here for Dunkin' Donuts, like right at the top here, where we have this sticky out part. Well, what we now want to do, guys, is we want to take the top 2 corners of the sign and we want to extend them, coming back each by 4. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is with birchwood planks, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Connect each one of those 4th blocks together, and then connect those 4th blocks down until they are kind of like equal height with the rest of your Dunkin' Donuts. So it wants to come down about this low, and that's there, and this is this side as well. We can then connect the back 2 parts together like this. Oops, hang on, we came down one lower on this side. There we go. We can then just connect them together like this, connect them to the front, so we're now making a nice big giant 3D rectangular shape. We're then going to fill in the sides, so we're just going to fill the sides in here, and once we've done that, we can then move on to the next bit. So we're just getting these sides filled in, and we just want to have something which should look a little bit like this. What we now want to do is take out our dark oak wood stairs and going all the way around the top of our Dunkin' Donuts. So on top of our Dunkin' Donuts, the nice big giant rectangular shape there is, we want to do a row of upside down dark oak wood stairs that goes all the way around it. It'll take a little while to place since this is a relatively large shop. It's okay, I have the time. Dum 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 dum. Just take a while. Just about halfway done. So, not only are we going to be doing this to the top of Dunkin' Donuts, like the actual big, giant, like actual where you'd walk in part, we're also going to be doing it to the sign, which is why we've just extended it out. So not only are we doing it to the top part here, which we have almost done, and it will give us a nice little effect, we actually have to add a little something extra to it in just a moment. So once you've done that to the top part there, you also want to do it all the way up at the top of the sign here. So first of all, we just have to place a block so we get an upside down one, and then we can just extend it so it's going all the way around. I just heard a noise. It turns out it's my washing machine. I wondered what the hell it was. It sounded like there was a pneumatic drill outside of my door, but it turns out it's a washing machine. So you want to do the very same thing right at the top of the entrance, just as you have done the same going all the way around the top of the building. Now, once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. And let me adjust my plan so I get this right. So once you've done that, you now want to take care of the roof. The roof is actually quite simple. So take out your dark oak wood planks, and going all the way around the inside of the row of dark oak wood stairs, the upside down dark oak wood stairs that you place at the top of your Dunkin' Donuts, you want to do a row of dark oak wood planks that goes all the way around the inside. So we're just doing that, guys. It'll take a little while, as most of these things do, unfortunately, and then we can move on to the next bit. And then we're probably going to have to dump a couple of materials because we can't use we need more materials. So we've just got this front bit to do, and we'll have to dump a material also so we can move on to the next bit. So what you want to have should look a little bit like this. Once you've got that taken care of, guys, once you've added that row of dark oak wood plank blocks, get rid of your black stained glass pane. You don't need it anymore, I think. And replace it with black stained glass, regular black stained glass. You might want to move the dark oak wood planks and the glass closer together. What we now want to do, starting from the front of the shop, coming backwards in horizontal rows, we want to do this. We want to do 2 rows of black stained glass, and this goes through the little back part of the entrance that we extended. We want to do 2 rows of black stained glass block, and then a row of dark oak wood planks coming backwards. So it'll go like 2 glass, 1 row of planks. And I'm doing this once, and then I'm going to mark out the rest of it for you because I'm not going to do this on recording because it'll take a while. So you want to do 2 rows of glass, 1 row of planks, and you want to do this coming all the way to the back of your roof. And what you also want to do, completely fill in the top middle portion here where we have the sign, completely fill in the top of the sign with dark oak wood planks. So completely fill that in whilst we're here. But you want to, for the entire roof, do 2 black stained glass, 1 plank. 2 glass, 1 plank, 2 glass, 1 plank, so on and so forth until you eventually reach the back part of the building, and it should connect together nicely. So we want to have rows and rows of that continued onwards. I'm going to do that to the roof. I'm not going to do it on recording. It will take a long time. Once I've finished, I'll be back. One moment. Alright guys, so as you can see, I have completely filled in the top of Dunkin' Donuts. That is exactly how it's supposed to look. It's nice, perfect rows of 2 glass, 1 dark oak wood planks. Now, once you've got that taken care of, we do have a little bit left to do to the roof. Get rid of your dark oak wood planks and black stained glass. We don't need it anymore, I think. Grab some dark oak wood slabs instead, and we'll probably need something else. What do we need? I know that we'll need some cyan stained clay later on, so also grab that since we have the extra spot. So take out your dark oak wood slabs, and going all the way around the top of not only the sign at the entrance, so going all the way around the top of the sign of the entrance, going all the way around the outside of it. You don't want to do the center part, so going all the way around the outside of it. Not only do you want to do a row of dark oak wood slabs on top of the entrance part, but you want to do the very same on top of the upside down dark oak wood stairs that we placed for the actual that goes all the way around the top of the building itself. So on top of the upside down dark oak wood stairs, do a layer of dark oak wood slabs, and that'll just make the roof a little bit more 3D. It'll make it look a little bit thicker from the outside, and it'll just make it look a little bit better. It'll make it look a bit, it changes his perspective. It makes it look a little bit better. It makes it look a little bit more interesting, and that's exactly what we want. Are there any other reasons that you want for doing that? So where the roof did look a little bit flat and a little bit boring before, now doesn't it look quite a bit better? Once you've added your dark oak wood slabs, we can then move on to the next bit. So you want to so far have something which should look like this. All we have to do now, I believe, the only things that we have left to do are the logo designs on not only the front of the building, but also we have to do a sign. So I'm just figuring out very quickly what blocks we need. So guys, you can probably discard your birchwood planks, get rid of those, replace that with black stained clay, and then move your quartz together with the black stained clay, the black wool, and the cyan stained clay. So it'll be easiest if you have your 2 quartz, your black stained clay, and your cyan stained clay together. Once you have all of those together, you want to come to the very front of the building, and you can see where we have this big giant colourful blob shape. Well, starting from the bottom center block, you want to come up by 1, so we're in front of this magenta block, place a quartz in front of it. On top of that quartz, go up by 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place a black stained clay on top of that quartz block. Extend that black stained clay left and right by 1. take out your block of quartz. Do 2 rows of 5 block of quartz coming down from each one of the black stained clays. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then take out your quartz once again, and going left and right of these top 2 rows of quartz, do 2 quartz. So on the left and right, 2 rows of 2 quartz, like this. Take out your quartz stairs. Do upside down quartz stairs underneath the cup like this, so like left and right of that very bottom center block, and just underneath like the 2 T parts of this, you just want to do upside down quartz stairs like left and right of those 2 like angular parts of the quartz. You also want to do regular facing quartz stairs going left and right of the black stained clay, like this. Then take out your cyan stained clay. On top of this most left-hand black stained clay, place a cyan block, do an upright diagonal from it, then an up left diagonal, like that. Then, on top of this most right-hand quartz stairs that we have at the top, do a cyan stained clay, upright diagonal, 1 on top, up left diagonal. What we will then have is a coffee cup. That's as close as I can get to a coffee cup. Whether you guys recognize that it's a coffee cup straight away or not, I don't know. But that's what it's supposed to be, guys. Very, very difficult to express that in as little blocks as I have. And also the cyan stained clay is it's like steam. It's piping hot coffee. So once you've got that taken care of on the entrance, guys, we actually have a very, very similar but slightly different thing to do for the outside part. So what you want to do, come to the very front left-hand corner of the building right here. So very front left-hand corner of the building. We have this bottom left-hand corner block. We want to leave a gap of, well, it's kind of up to you. It depends where you want the sign to be. So I'd suggest leaving like a gap of between 7 and 10. Let's do 10. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like that. Then on top of this 11th block, in between our row of 10 cyan stained clay, we want to do a row of 20 black wool coming up from the ground. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Like that. And this is where the sign's going to be placed. Like I said, it's kind of up to you. Do you want it on the left? Do you want it on the right? Do you want it closer? Do you want it further away? That's completely up to you. But we have our row of 20 black wool. I found that this is a good place to have the sign. Like, that's a good that's like a good space to have it off the ground. Then, on top of that 20 of black wool, place a quartz. Go left of that quartz by 2. Do 2 up left diagonals, that's 1, 2. Go up by 6, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 up right diagonals, 1, 2. Right 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then do... Oh, sorry, you don't want to go right by 6. I apologize, guys. You don't want to go right by 6. I'm getting ahead of myself. From that second up right diagonal, go right by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2 bottom right diagonals, 1 and 2. Then down by 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then 2 bottom left diagonals, 1, 2. Go left of that second bottom left diagonal until you connect back to where you first started to give you a shape, which should look exactly like this. Now, once you've got that taken care of, you then want to take out your old pal magenta wool. And starting from on top of, like, you guys can see where we have this quartz block on the left-hand side on the bottom, our row of 5. Take the second block, this one, extend it all the way up to the top with your magenta wool. Go right by 1 with the magenta to give you this shape. Fill in the left-hand shape, the left-hand side of the shape in with magenta wool. Fill in the right-hand side of the shape that you've just formed with your orange wool. Easy as that. Fill in the left-hand side with magenta, fill in the right-hand side with your orange wool. Boom. Like that. Now, once you have this shape, what we are now going to do, we're just going to make the coffee cup again. Can you guys remember how we did that? Good. Glad you do. Start from the very bottom start from the very bottom center block of the colourful part of the side. Move up by 1 block. Place a quartz. Go up on top of that quartz by 5. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And extend each one of those top 5 blocks left and right by 1 to give you this shape. Take out your black stained clay. Do a row of 3 black stained clay on top of that top row of 3 quartz. Then, take out your block of quartz. You want to do 2 rows of 2 block of quartz on the left and right hand side of the top 2 blocks of your coffee cup, like that. Then, take out your quartz stairs. Do upside down quartz stairs underneath the bottom part of the cup here, the bits that overhang here, on top of the bits that overhang, and that's what you want to have. Take out your cyan stained clay. On top of the left-hand black stained clay, place a cyan stained clay, up right diagonal, up left diagonal. On top of the most right-hand quartz stairs, we want to go up one, up right diagonal, up one, up left diagonal. We will then end up with something that should look a little bit like this, and this is the sign. That's perfect. We've already done that once, guys, except I'm not sure if you guys can tell, I reversed it a little bit. You know, for the sign where we have the magenta and the orange, on the actual part that's on the shop, there's more orange, there's more magenta than there is orange, but on the actual sign, I made it so that there's more orange than there is magenta, so I swapped it around a little bit, make it look a little bit different. And that is the sign, guys, and that is actually the last part of Dunkin' Donuts that I'm going to show you how to make. So, once you've done that, you've actually 100% fully completed the base building of your Dunkin' Donuts. Now, once you've got that taken care of, that is it. But what I am going to do, guys, I'm going to flip over to my other world, my original creative world. I'm going to show you guys the original version of this. I've messed about with the inside a little bit, I've messed about with the outside a little bit, and I'm just going to show you guys how that looks. So, from this point onwards, the tutorial is over. I've shown you how to make the actual base Dunkin' Donuts. The rest of it is up to you. But let me show you what I've done personally. It might give you a couple of ideas just in case you're stuck. Back in a minute. Alright guys, so this is the original version of my Dunkin' Donuts. As you can see, there's not a massive amount that has been changed, but there's enough that I think that if you guys want to, you can copy this and you can have a pretty decent looking building, just in case you're a little bit like me and usually a little bit stuck for ideas what to do with the interior and the exterior. So why don't we kick this off? Why don't we walk on the inside and we can see what we have here. So it's very, very simple, guys. This is a very, very basic version of what you can do. You can definitely do a lot better than this, but like I said, should you be lost for ideas, this is what you could maybe possibly do. So you can see that I've replaced the floor with dark oak wood planks. I wanted to keep that dark oak wood plank vibe alive. On the left and right hand side, as you walk in, there's two like big giant seating areas where you can just drink your coffee. You can like stand around if you want to. You can just drink off the table, and that's kind of like what that is. I actually googled an image like inside of Dunkin' Donuts, and it's not completely dissimilar to this. I did mess around with it a little bit. I made it a little bit more friendly, I guess, but it's not completely too different to this. Although there is a lack of bins around here. I've noticed that there could be bins, couldn't there? That's a thing that we could have, which I would probably make out of what it says, polished andesite. Oh, whatever. I like the look of it. Polished andesite and stone brick stairs. We could probably have a couple of bins around. That'd probably make a little bit more sense, wouldn't it? Maybe even like left and right of the entrance as you're walking in and out, you can throw the coffee away and what have you, and there'd probably be some here, I would imagine, and yeah, they'd be there, and there'd probably be some more scattered about. Where else are you going to throw the cups? So here we have a seating area on the left, right. We've added some bins, so it makes a little bit more sense. Here's with the counter where you'd get served. This is where you'd order stuff. That's kind of like an order menu. Like this would be where all of the machines are and all of the things that they try to sell you, all of these extra things. I always figure that a brewing stand is kind of like a cool Minecraft coffee machine. I mean, brew is in the name. You brew coffee, brewing stand, kind of makes sense. We could add some more things to make it look a little bit more colourful. We could make it look a little bit more, a little bit better. We could add some. Oh, those are shelves, aren't they? It doesn't matter if they float off the ground one block, it doesn't really matter. We could just add a little bit more colour just to kind of add, like, it doesn't really, these things don't really have to represent anything. I mean, it just kind of looks a little bit better with a little bit added colour. It looks a little stupid, actually, though, with the blocks kind of floating, but you can add some things around the machine, make it look a little bit better if you wanted to add some around the counters. Like, you know how you can usually like walk in and there's usually like, I don't know, like biscuits and muffins and stuff that you can pay for. Like, I don't know, maybe that can represent some of that. I mean, even if you wanted to, you could also add some flowers about the place. You could make it look a little bit brighter, a little bit nicer. But this is where you'd order your coffee. That's where they'd brew it and what have you. This is kind of like a staff room right behind here. I figure that it probably wouldn't be too big. This is a staff room. And the other two rooms are toilets, so that's like male, that's female, or female and male, whichever way you want to put it around. These are two toilets. I've not really done more than just like lay out how these things would look. I've not really put I've not put too much detail into them. I've not really done too much of that. You guys know that I'm not very good at it, and I don't particularly like doing it. For the roof is actually semi-interesting. So you can see the roof that we have here. It's nice and bright, despite the fact that we don't have any torches around. Well, the reason that it's like that is I kept the roof completely open. You can see, like, in line with the dark oak wood planks that we have right at the very top of the building, we have we have black wool, and we have black stained glass block in between them. So this place is nice and naturally light, and if you want it lighter, all you have to do is just completely light the place up with torches. So if you want it very, very light, you can add torches as well. But other than that, it's actually quite light, despite the fact that we've used loads of dark materials. And like I said, I just did this to... If you guys are really, really stuck, if you don't know how to lay it out at all, feel free to copy this, feel free to expand on it, feel free to make it a little bit better. I'm sure that you can, because this, it's a very, very base version. And here we have the drive-thru. Throw people their coffee. Probably don't throw it at them, that'd burn. You're looking at a lawsuit. But that's the interior. Not too complicated. You guys might be able to copy that. You might get some inspiration. Going all the way around going all the way in front of Dunkin' Donuts, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of stone brick. Very, very simple. Going all the way around the inside as well, we also have rows of stone brick. We just have one row like going all the way around the outside of Dunkin' Donuts. We then have rows of... How many do we... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We then have 5 rows of cyan stained clay, which is kind of like a road that goes all the way around the outside further still. And then we have another row of stone bricks that goes all the way around the road. Here, very close to like the left-hand side, the back left-hand corner of Dunkin' Donuts, here we have kind of like a... Smash. We have like an order menu. We have kind of like an order box. So you'd say, oh, I'd like a big giant hot chocolate. What's that? You don't sell it? You're a coffee shop. Get out. I don't want to shop here anymore. So that's where you'd order your stuff. That's kind of like a little menu. You can make that big. You can expand upon it. These are just a couple of ideas for you guys. We have the road that goes all the way around the outside. I didn't make it circular. I kept it kind of squarish because I like the aesthetic. Here's where you'd pick things up. And there you go, guys. So that's kind of like the inside and the outside. Like I said, very, very simple. You could make it a little bit more colourful if you want. Something that might make it look like immediately better is you might want to add some jungle leaves that go all the way around the outside of the shop. I wouldn't cover up the windows at all, but you might just want to add some jungle leaves that go around all of the the birch wood plank bits. So, and maybe even the back part here. You know, the back part where we've just got like that big giant black void. You might want to add some like jungle leaves that go all the way around the base of that. I mean, does it look better? Does it look worse? I don't know. That's kind of up to you guys to decide. So, this might make it look a little bit more colourful. What have we got here? Does that make it look better? I think that already makes it look a little bit better, to be honest. If you wanted to, you could add some seats outside of the shop if you wanted to. So we could add some like seats here. We could add some seats there. We could have a table. We could have all sorts. I mean, it's kind of just completely up to you. I actually wouldn't want to cover up the windows myself. Yeah, I actually think that looks worse. But you guys get the idea. You can do whatever you want to this thing. This is just a base version of Dunkin' Donuts, and I don't suppose I have anything more to say about it. So that's the inside, that's the outside. Why don't we take off the UI, and why don't we have a look at this thing? Actually, for those of you that actually skipped to the end, I know that some of you guys skipped to the end of this. Why don't we just destroy the mess that I've made here? What I would consider doing is extending out the front and maybe putting some proper cool-looking seats, like I did at Starbucks. That might actually look a little bit better. But I think that the building actually looks quite nice as it is. So hopefully you guys like this. Hopefully you've managed to make it. And if you've done both of those things, guys, I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a like, a favourite, a share, anything you'd feel like doing to help me out, guys. I would just always vastly appreciate it. I spent a lot of time on this. It's actually been one of the harder buildings to build. Like, it's been one of the harder buildings to design. It really has. It's got quite a unique shape. Very, very hard to make it look accurate. And even harder than that, very, very hard to make it look right. So if you have enjoyed this, guys, if you have managed to make it, I'd really appreciate a like, a favourite, a share, anything you'd feel like doing to help me out, I would always vastly appreciate it. Feel free to comment down below. What sort of real-life building would you like to see me make next? I'm always interested in what you guys want to see me make next. always helps me out. Dunkin' Donuts, request. I would have never have made this thing. I don't think we even have them in England, but I like the building, I like the concept, very cool. Comment down below, what do you want to see next? Feel free to check out the description below, but I would honestly forego that and just check out the card system. The card system is much more interesting. I blanked there for a second. Check out the card system, it's much more interesting, guys. If you want to see more things like this, I'd highly recommend checking out the Real World Buildings playlist. A lot of cool stuff in there, it's getting bigger and bigger. A lot of those videos are going, they're huge. You guys like them, you really, really enjoy them. So check out the Real World Building playlist if you like this. There'll be more stuff in there as well that I think that you guys will like. Thank you very much for watching. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind, and I'll see you in the next video.